seem to think it's a real big treat when their lulav gets all shook up. Well, the Aravot look nice and Hadass looks fine. The etrog smells like a lemon or a lime. I go to the sukkah, put my lulav in hand. My friends say I've got the finest in the land. Well, keep the leaves cool or they will rot. Beat them off the etrog and kosher it's not. Follow these rules and you will use it a lot. It's your lulav, it's all shook up. Well, some shake to the right and then to the left. In the middle of Hallel is when it's done best. No matter how you shake it when Simchat Torah is here, don't need it any longer, buy another next year. Well, keep the leaves cool or they will rot. Keep them off the etrog and kosher it's not. Follow these rules and you will use it a lot. It's your lulav, it's all shook up. It's your lulav, it's all shook up.
Chag Sameach!
Chag Sameach!
And welcome. I'm Rabbi Melinda Pankin.
I'm Cantor Wally Shackett Briskin.
And we are happy to welcome you outside on this beautiful, glorious Sukkot night with our sukkah that is up to our right and our big top, which is right behind you. It is lovely to be together for yet another holiday. And in case you think we were running out of holidays, join us again next week for Simchat Torah and a big, big celebration. We're calling it a Torah dance party, so we hope you'll come out. It'll be back outside and we'll be having consecration.
Did someone say Hora with the Torah?
I was thinking it, yes. Hora with the Torah. And Cantor, what kind of music will there be?
There will be a live klezmer band called Spilkes.
So come bring your shpilches with you, and we will pour with the Torah. In between now and then, there are lots of good activities. Sisterhood's having soup in the sukkah. We have our religious school in the sukkah. There are a couple of times that I'm welcoming guests to join me. I'm going to have coffee in the sukkah. We have scotch in the sukkah on Thursday, and all the Yoshis are doing something in the sukkah. So go to the website, shariyemet.org, and find out all the great things. And just know that our sukkah is open and it is mitzvah to come eat in the sukkah. So you don't have to wait for a temple program. Come enjoy the sukkah. It's part of the synagogue. We want you to use it even in times when the synagogue isn't open. The sukkah is always open. Hine ma tovu ma naim. How beautiful it is when we are together, especially for Sukkot.
Hine ma tovu ומנעים שברכים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שברכים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שברכים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שברכים גם יחד. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is
to be together on this day. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שברכים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שברכים גם יחד.
A little Sukkot story to get us all in the mood. A stranger wandered into town. Most of the people paid him no attention as he wandered into the town square. The children, however, were curious. Who was this man? And where did he come from? And what were those plants he was carrying around in that big yellow fruit? Well, David was the first courageous one to ask, "Hey, mister, What you got there?" Well, the stranger smiled. "This is my lulav and etrog. The festival of Sukkot starts tonight." Sukkot? That's right, Rachel said. "We learned about that in Sunday school." "Very good," the stranger answered. "Then you know it's a mitzvah to shake the lulav and the etrog, and you probably remember that it's a mitzvah to have a meal or even sleep in the sukkah." The children nodded. "Well, I've been wandering a long time, and I'm not going to make it home for Sukkot, but I'm happy to share my lulav and etrog, but I was hoping to find a sukkah that I could rest in and celebrate the holiday." "No sukkah here," grumbled Mrs. Richards, who had been watching suspiciously from her front porch. "Keep on moving," she told the stranger. "Oh, it's okay," said the stranger. "On a night like tonight, it will be a pleasure to sleep under the stars. The way our ancestors did. A sukkah would just be nice because it's going to decorate and make a celebration of our holiday in." Well, David's ears perked up. "Do you want decorations?" he said, "because I'm in Mrs. Gitlitz's class in Hebrew school, and I've got a paper chain that I made in her class," and he ran home to retrieve it. And then Rachel added, "Well, we've got some flowers in the garden that Sharon planted in the ELC, so that would be great for decorations too." And Isaac said, "In my Sunday school class and Miss Laurie's class, we drew pictures of our favorite fruits. Wait here, I'll show you." Well, when the children returned with their treasures, the stranger said, "These are lovely decorations, but how will we put them up? Where will we hang them?" Well, Michael pointed to the edge of town and he said, there's an old house being torn down. Maybe we could take the doors from it and use the doors to hang the decorations on." "Be my guest," said Mr. Thompson, who was working on the project. But the stranger said, "Well, we can't really use the doors because they just fall over. It wouldn't be safe." Well, Mrs. Wright, who overheard the activity while bringing her newspaper in, laughed. "What do you need? A hammer, maybe a few nails? That should be enough to hold it together." She took her newspapers into her house and returned with their tool chest. "It's perfect," proclaimed the stranger. "Perfect?" Mrs. Richards sneered as she came closer. "I remember Sukkot from when I was little. You need branches to cover the roof." "Of course," the children cried. And what do you think the children did? They ran off to go get the twigs and branches from neighboring yards. Well, soon the whole town gathered. They took turns entering the sukkah with the stranger, saying the blessings, waving the lulav and etrog, and eventually some people brought snacks from their houses. Challah and juice and cookies and cakes and fruits and veggies and cheese and crackers, and everybody was able to eat just a little something in the sukkah. Now, if you're the sort of person who listens to a story and likes to understand the details, then you might be wondering who this stranger was. Any ideas? Well, some people say he was Elijah, who travels through the world of Jewish stories, encouraging people to do good things. And if you're the type of person who listens to the story and says, "I heard this one already, I know what's coming, I can predict how it's going to end," well, this story is for you too, because the moral of the story is the moral of the festival of Sukkot. We need to recognize that we all live under one roof. For those who have heard such a story a million times, and those who are hearing it for the first time, it's important to recognize that every one of us is responsible for caring about the welfare of our fellow human beings on this earth. The tenuous, precarious structure of our Sukkot should help us to be sensitive to those who are continually engaged in the struggle to find suitable shelter for themselves and their families. May God spread a sukkah of peace over all of us, and may all of us play a part in making this world a beautiful sukkah. To light the festival candles and say the Kiddush, it is my pleasure to call up Lisa and Rachel Wall.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the word we shall speak in our hearts and our lives. May these festival lights open our eyes to the joy in life, beauty that delights the eye, freedom to be ourselves, the knowledge of Torah that shapes our moral being, the heritage celebration that unites us as people. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel yom tov.
Amen.
Nope. Nope. Okay.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol am v'romamanu mikol lashon v'kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahava moadim l'simcha chagim uzmanim l'sason et yom chag haSukkot hazeh zman simchatenu migra kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim Kivanu b'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim u'moadei kodshecha b'simcha u'b'sason hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh Yisrael v'hazamanim Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehecheyanu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Let's read together after the Kiddush. Tonight, let our shelters be strong with the finest fruits of creation, love, fertility, prosperity, wisdom. Let us promise to feed the hungry. Let our harvest bring peace. Please rise.
La 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 la. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed Le'olam va'ed La 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 Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, golei or mipnei choshech, mipnei choshech, vechoshech mipnei or. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
Let's read together at the bottom. The colors of evening sky blend and deepen, allowing new lights to be seen, twinkling through the branches. The promise that in darkness, new light will be revealed. And we continue together. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Blessed are you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Please be seated unless your name is Jordan Bauer, who will help us by leading the V'ahavta.
Do I just start one more?
Just a little closer to it.
Okay. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levacha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam b'shivtecha b'veitecha v'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha v'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru V'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'tem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Together. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird which cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. Hold fast to dreams.
Thank you, Jordan. תוסף אלה, נורא תהילות תוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, תוקע יחליפי משה ומרים, זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד. יה לה 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 לה, יה לה 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 לה, יה לה 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 לה, la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, Hamideinu shomereinu l'chaim. Once again, Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, Hamideinu shomereinu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, Hamideinu shomereinu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, Hamideinu shomereinu l'chaim, l'chaim, l'chaim. Open my eyes to truth, open my hands to give freely, open my lips to good words, to pure words, open my heart to love. Open my eyes to truth, open my hands to give freely, open my lips to good words, to pure words, open my heart to love. Please rise. Adonai sifatai tiftach, ufi agi tehilatecha. Open my lips to good words, to pure words, open my heart to love, open my heart to love. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham v'Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chazdei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Le'Hoshia, מוריד הטל, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. Please be seated.
We join in reading together. You have chosen us in love and favor by making us holy through your mitzvot and drawing us close to your service, that through us your great and holy name may become known in all the earth. In your love, Adonai our God, you have given us feasts of gladness and seasons of joy, this Sukkot, season of our thanksgiving, to unite in worship and recall the exodus from Egypt. 3 times a year you shall hold a festival for me. You shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, eating unleavened bread for 7 days, as I have commanded you, at the end of the month of Aviv. For in it you went forth from Egypt, and none shall appear before me empty-handed. And the feast of the harvest, in the first fruit of your work, of what you sow in the field, and the feast of ingathering at the end of the year, when you gather the results of your work from the field. Our God and God of our ancestors, be mindful of your people Israel, and recall our merit for good and grace, and in loving kindness and compassion for life and peace on this festival of Sukkot. This day remember us for well-being.
Amen.
This day bless us with your nearness.
Amen.
This day help us to a fuller life.
Amen. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam. 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 Ki ata hu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim le'olam. L'tov be'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael. Bechol עת ובכל שעה, בשלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני עושה שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. Tasim Le'olam. We pause for a moment of silent prayer. Ose shalom bimroma, Ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. Ose shalom bimroma, Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru amen. Yalalalalalalalalala yalalalalalala yalalalalalala Shalom bimroma, Ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru.
So for Sukkot, there are many rituals that are special that we don't do during our regular Friday night or our regular daily minyan, our regular daily prayers. First of all, one of the things we do is we add something called Hallel to the service. There was a tradition, and if you ever travel to Israel with me, you'll get to actually do this, where you walk up the steps going to the temple, reciting the Psalms. They called them the Psalms of Ascent because there are a lot of steps going up to the temple. And if you come with me, Karen, our tour guide, will make you take off your shoes as the pilgrims would do and feel the cold stone under your feet, and you walk up and you sing these songs of praise as you ascend into Jerusalem, into the temple of the Holy of Holies. And so tonight we'll sing a little bit of Hallel. You'll hear that. During the Hagim, during the 3 pilgrimage festivals, Passover, Sukkot, and Shavuot, it was a tradition to bring offerings to the temple. And so all the pilgrims would travel from all over the place and make offerings at the temple and go up to it. Now, there are other traditions that we have. First of all, we have the lulav and the etrog. You'll notice that it's made out of a beautiful set of myrtle, willow, and lulav and palm. And also the fruit of the hadar tree, of the pleasant tree, of the beautiful tree. And so we have this etrog. If you've ever eaten fruit cake, you've eaten etrog because it's a citron and it smells very, very, very good. Cantor, would you like to hold on to these? And the cantor will give you a little taste of how to do it, and then we'll have the etrog outside. I hope there's some hand sanitizer in there so that we'll leave it out after services so everyone can go in and wave their lulav and etrog, or you can watch Mark do it up a little bit closer. The way that you do it is you start with your lulav in your right hand and your etrog in your left hand. And the pitom, that little stickly thing, no, other way, the other side. No. Turn the lulav up, right. Yeah, there you go. You hold it in your hand like that, and you say the blessing, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al nitilat lulav. I'm saying it quickly because we'll say it together slowly in a minute. And then you actually turn the lulav up, and the pitom sticking up, and you wave it. Cantor's going to face in this direction. He's going to face towards the east. And then he's going to do to the south. He's going to wave it. You put your arms out and shake it. And then you put your arms out and shake it to the south. And then you go to the west. And then you go to the north. And then you go up. And then you go down. Now, why all these different crazy wackadoodle directions? What do you think? Why do we wave the lulav in every direction? Any ideas? To make a circle, Robin is... What do you say? Yes, all the way in the back. Say that louder. Because God is everywhere. And also, because if you think about it, blessing is everywhere, right? If we go over that way, we have Wegmans. If we go over that way, we have one of the farms. If we go over that way, we have all the delectable things on the Jersey Shore that you can eat. There's goodness in every direction. Everywhere we pointed, we could find something delicious that sustains us and nourishes us. And this is the end of the harvest for the year. And so we want to remind ourselves of the goodness, the blessing, the godliness that's everywhere around us. Now, there's also this crazy looking thing. What's that called? A sukkah. Good, you pass. Flying colors tonight. The sukkah. Now, a sukkah is a remembrance of the huts that our ancestors built as they traveled through the wilderness. Now, what can you make a sukkah with? You can make it with literally almost anything you could think of, but it has to be sturdy enough to withstand the wind. And a sukkah has to be large enough to hold a person's head and most of their body. Okay? So that doesn't have to be a big sukkah. It could be a little sukkah. And a sukkah can't be more than 30 feet high because you have to be able to see the roof. If it were that tall, you might not even think you were in a sukkah. You might not even think that there was a roof above your head. And the roof is called something funny. It's called schach. Can you say that with me? Schach. And the schach needs to be made of something that is that grows from the earth, and it has to be open enough, not like a permanent roof, so that you can see the stars through the top. Now, if you were traveling on a long journey over the ocean, did you know that you could build a sukkah on a boat? And if you lived in an apartment building in New York City, did you know you could build a sukkah on the roof? How many of you grew up doing that? No one, really? We used to love watching our neighbors build their sukkah on their terrace in New York City. And did you know that you could even use the side of your elephant to build a sukkah? Now, Rabbi Meir objected because he said you can't build your sukkah on the side of an elephant because it might walk away. So Rabbi Zera gave him the answer, and he said you can if you tie your elephant up. So if you're building your sukkah with your elephant or your camel, just remember to tie it up, and then it's kosher. So with that, let's get to some blessing and wave our lulav.
Alrighty then. At the top of page 6, you'll find our blessing for Hallel, and then a blessing for shaking the lulav, and Shehechianu, because why not? God brought us to this wonderful occasion, and so we're thanking God for sustaining us, for keeping us alive and allowing us to reach this day. And then we get to do a Hallel prayer while we're shaking the lulav. So first, Birkat Hallel, the blessing for Hallel. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu likro et ha'Hallel.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu al netilat lulav.
Baruch atah Adonai,
Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu, v'kiyamanu, v'higianu, lazman hazeh.
Which way do we start? Was anyone paying attention? This is the test. East. There we go.
What's in the east? Jerusalem. Good.
Turn your pitom up. Turn it up. And we go. Hodu. Don't shake on God's name. Ladonai. Ki tov. Ki leolam. Chasdo.
Nice.
Will this be available later for shaking in the sukkah?
It
Shaking
will
in the
be.
sukkah.
And I also just want to point out one other thing, that when you shake the lulav, what does it sound like? Sound a little bit like rain, maybe? And it's at this time of year that we start praying for rain, so kind of the reminder. Kendra, sing us a song about Sukkot while I put this in the sukkah for everyone.
Sukkot is a harvest holiday. The celebration lasts for 7 days. We build our sukkah, then we decorate a special booth in which we congregate. Do the lulav shake, 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 shake. Do the lulav shake, 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 shake. Do the lulav shake, 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 shake. Do the lulav shake. The symbols of Sukkot are quite unique. They show God's presence the entire week. The etrog smell gets into the air. We wave the lulav everywhere. Do it now. Do the lulav shake, 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 shake. Do the lulav shake, 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 shake. Do the lulav shake, 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 shake. Do the lulav shake. One more time. Do the lulav shake, 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 shake. Do the lulav shake, 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 shake. Do the lulav shake, 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 shake. Do the lulav shake.
We continue page 7. Please rise for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula leotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kimishpachot hadama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. It's especially on holidays that we remember our loved ones and we feel them close to us again. This evening, we take a moment to remember those who have passed, the more than 682,000 Americans and the more than 4.6 million people around the world who have succumbed to COVID-19. We recall Jeffrey Schnoyer, the father of Jamie Lubling, father-in-law of Jeffrey, grandfather of Alexander, Sophie, and Spencer in this time of Shiva. We remember those whose families are in the period of Shloshim, Paul Mark, Michael Modell, Ann Chernitz, and John Evans. And we remember those who died at this season in years past: Hyman Blufarb, Rose Lee Cohen, Maisie Eichler, Sandra Fellin, Howard Klein, Murray Kravitz, Arthur Osman, Robert Ross, Minnie Seydow, and Samuel Smilovici. Zichronam Levracha, may those who have touched our lives bless us through the beauty of their memory. We rise as a community for the words of the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, be'alma divarach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, be'chayei chon u'v'yom echon, u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv imru, amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lolmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal, Shemei Dekudsha Barichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, D'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru, amen. May the source of peace send peace to those who mourn and comfort to those who are bereaved, as together we say, amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. So now one last song about coming to my sukkah and how it gets built, and all that is on the back. I built a little sukkah.
Built a little sukkah.
That's it. That was your cue. You're supposed to repeat after me.
I missed it too.
Radio silence. I built a little sukkah.
I built a little sukkah.
Nice job. Out in the back.
Out in the back.
It looks like a house.
It looks like a house.
And a little like a shack.
And a little like a shack.
Well, it's not too big.
Well, it's not too big.
And it's not too high.
And it's not too high.
When you sit inside.
When you sit inside.
You can see the sky.
You can see the sky.
Here's the chorus we get to join in on. Shake, shake, shake your lulav. Smell the etrog so sweet. Come and have a look in my sukkah and help yourself to something to eat. In my sukkah, in my sukkah, in my sukkah. I built the roof.
I built the roof.
Of sticks and twigs.
Of sticks and twigs.
I strung up apples.
I strung up apples.
And nuts and figs.
And nuts and figs.
And some bananas.
And some bananas.
And that's not all.
And that's not all.
There were fruits and veggies.
There were fruits and veggies.
All over the walls.
All over the walls.
Shake, shake, shake the lulav. Smell the etrog so sweet. Come and have a look in my sukkah and help yourself to something to eat. In my sukkah, in my sukkah, in my sukkah. What'd you build it out of? I built my sukkah
I built my sukkah
with cloth and wood.
with cloth and wood.
It looks so pretty
It looks so pretty
and it smells so good.
and it smells so good.
With leaves and branches
With leaves and branches
all around.
all around.
My mama lights the candles
My mama lights the candles
when the sun goes down.
when the sun goes down.
2, 3, 4, shake, shake, shake your lulav. Smell the etrog so sweet. Come and have a look in my sukkah and help yourself to something to eat. In my sukkah, in my sukkah, in my sukkah.
I invite you to find your posture of blessing. Maybe grab your children or put your hands on not a stranger's head, but the head of someone you want to share blessing with. Or maybe just put your hands on your hearts as we join in the blessing together.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May you be blessed. May you be safe.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May you be luminous. May you be loved.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom.
May you be joyous. May you be healthy. May you be whole. Chag Sameach.
Shake, shake, shake your lulav. Smell the etrog so sweet. Come and have a look in my sukkah. Help yourself with something to eat. In my sukkah.